Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing this look for you here. It is a really fun and very summery coral and teal kind of look. So this look I used the new Morphe 35H palette, which is exclusively at Ulta. I bought this at my local Ulta yesterday actually. And it's got a really beautiful mix of blues, teals, corals, neutrals, really warm tones. Very summery palette. And as soon as I saw this, I knew I had to have it. Literally don't need it. I have all these colors already, but I think it's sometimes nice to have different palettes, even if I have the color already, because then when they're all together like this, I feel like I can get more of like inspiration for a different look, as if I just had like a purple palette or a blue palette on this side and a coral palette over here. I might just look at them and be kind of bored and just like do a whole blue eye or a whole coral eye or a whole green eye or whatever it is. But when you get these kind of palettes where they kind of mix everything together, I feel like it really inspires you to try something different. So as soon as I saw this palette, I knew I wanted to put the bright blue together with this like bright coral matte shade and sort of figure out a way to make those two go together. And this is what I came up with. I love how it turned out. It's so cute. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm also using a couple other newbie kind of products that I wanted to try. I'm using this new foundation from Flower Beauty. It's the Light Illusion foundation. Just wait till you see it in the video, in action. I mean, you probably already know how I feel about it, but just wait. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing today. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you want to see how I got the look, then please keep on watching. So to prep my skin today, I'm gonna use MAC Strobe Cream. Now that my skin is prepped, I'm gonna let that sink in, and then I might put a little more before I put the foundation on. But since the eye makeup is gonna be colorful, I'm gonna go right into the eyes first. I'm starting out by priming my eyes with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I do have a little bit of mascara on because we did like go out earlier today. So I put a little mascara on, but that won't really affect my eye makeup because I'm going to put on lashes anyway. And really quickly, I'm going to tweeze my eyebrows because they are looking a little crazy. And now I'm just going to take a little bit of a lighter shade in the e.l.f. concealer just to go under my eyebrow to help with the redness from plucking. I'm blending that in with the same brush. By the way, this brush is a Morphe M449. I did get the Pride palette from Morphe as well. And that's like on its way in the mail right now, so I'm definitely going to be doing a colorful look with that palette when it comes in. So to start off this look, I've decided I want to do like corally on the top and then do some like teal on the bottom. So to start off the look, I'm going to take, let's see, it says Babe's Night Out is the shade. It's right here. And it's sort of like a matte, light, peachy kind of color. So I'm using a Morphe M505, and we're going to start by putting that in the upper part of the crease. And I'm kind of just blending it up towards my brow bone. This color is really pigmented. Wow. So that was just like 2 dabs, and it's already really pigmented. And then once it's really concentrated where I want it right there, I'm just going to sort of ease up on my pressure and lightly fluff that around. Now that that is on, I'm gonna go in with the bright coral shade, which is right here, which is called Heat Up. And it's somewhere between, it's definitely a coral because it's kind of red, but it's got kind of a pinkness to it as well. So I definitely think it's like a pretty true hot, bright coral. And we use the same brush, and I'm gonna start putting this more in the outer part of my crease. I'm taking just a little dab at a time, kind of getting it right there deep in my outer corner, and then slowly blending it out. I'm then going to take the shade Party On, which is like the dark kind of red raspberry color. And really quick before I use that shadow, I'm going to take a liner. This is the MAC lip liner in the shade BEET, which is just like it says, like a beet kind of color. Sort of like a raspberry reddish pink. And I'm going to take this and kind of create a small little liner. And then I'm just going to blend it out. But this is just going to give me a nice guide for this color. And it's going to make this color really pop. And I'm taking a Morphe E36, my favorite smudgy brush. Can't talk, smudgy brush. Highly recommend. Now I'm going over that shade and packing that on top. And I'm going back in with that coral shade and packing that around the edges of that darker shade and then sort of over top. So that way we're keeping the intensity of that coral and making sure the deeper liner kind of fades in. So did any of you guys watch Raw Beauty Christie's newest video showing the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks? Because I watched that this morning and girl, I was a little shook, to be honest. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I did order some also, and I actually got them the other day in the mail. I was going to try to like include them in this video, but with this look I wanted to do, neither of the shades I got 2 colors, neither of them really would work with this eye look, so I didn't want to use them, you know, just to use them, because I felt like it wouldn't flow, and I wanted the look to really turn out really cohesive. So yeah, I'm not going to use them today, but I did get them. I did already try them, and I'm going to try to use them in my next video so I can share my thoughts about them. I'm not going to do like a whole video on it because I feel like enough people have done a video on them with varying opinions. Now I will say the ones I got are like fine for the most part. They weren't damaged. They weren't melted. I don't know if that's because I live in a cooler climate now, so they weren't, you know, in as hot of a climate, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, they weren't damaged or anything. They haven't broken. But, I mean, I guess I'm just going to talk about it. They're grainy for sure. One of them isn't as much as the other one. But one of the ones I got is super grainy, like people are having complaints about. And I remember that even before I saw all the drama about it on different like videos and stuff, I had already used my lipsticks prior to seeing any videos. And I remember like the second time, or when I reapplied, or maybe it was the second time I used it, the one color, I remember thinking to myself, oh, it feels like there's like scratches in it. Still nice, but like I said, I'll go more in detail and show you more in like the next video when I use them. Okay, so the top is looking good. I do want to add a little bit of a lightness. So I'm going to take this kind of matte, it's kind of satin, kind of matte. It's called Siesta. It's this really light kind of off-white shade here. And I'm just going to use the same M505. I try to use one brush as much as I can. I'm doing my eyes, and I'm not going to do like a half cut crease or a cut crease or anything. I'm just going to lightly dab that on my inner lid and then sort of dab it in to the rest of the eyeshadow, just to sort of add a little bit of a brightness there, because I do have another product I'm going to actually use on the inner corner, so I don't need to, you know, put like a whole shadow or something there. So now I'm going to do the bottom. Before I do the bottom, I'm just going to tap a little bit of concealer right underneath to prime for the eyeshadow down there, because I haven't done that yet. So I'm just wiping off this E36 smudgy brush, and then I'm going to go into the shade Ocean Drive, which is that really bright matte kind of teal color. And now, kind of when I swatched it, the first thing I thought was that this looks a lot like the blue in the Jaclyn Hill palette. But after I sort of took a closer look, this one's definitely a little lighter. And it's definitely not as like powerful in terms of like the color. So I'm just putting that all the way along the lower lash line and sort of like dabbing it in. And don't worry, we're gonna do a lot more. It looks kind of crazy right now, but I'm gonna do a lot more than just this. Now this one is definitely a lot more powdery than any of the other shades I've tried so far from this palette. I am getting powder kind of going everywhere. It's still coming up strong in terms of the color, but like as I'm tapping into the palette, I can see the powder. Okay, my camera turned off there for a minute, so I'm not sure what you missed, but I took the shade Real Deal right here, and I just put that on the outer corner, and I put that on my waterline as well. And so next I'm gonna take the shade here called Pool Floaty. It's right next to that teal we used, and it's basically a shimmering version of that teal shade. And I'm gonna load that up on that same brush again, and then I'm gonna take some setting mist. All right, and then just give that a little wet, and then I'm going to basically put this on my inner corner and layer it over top of that teal we used. And this is gonna add a lot of dimension and then sort of make this kind of inner corner pop a lot more. And because it's a similar color, or basically the same color, just a shimmery version of the matte shade we had down, it's not gonna look too light. It'll still look like blue, but I'll just add a pop. But since I put the matte one down first, you still see like the blend of the matte shade underneath. This shimmery color is very, very pigmented. So you guys know I like the Stila glitter and glow shadows a lot. And I saw, I forget who it was. I think it might have been Cole's World or someone. Some guy I was watching on Instagram one time did a look, and then he used like a shimmery mint color of the Stila glitter and glows, and I could not find that color anywhere. And that was like at least 2 months ago, I feel like. And I was at Ulta yesterday here in the town I live in now, and I finally found the color he was using. So it's this right here. It's called Mint Myth. And I'm so happy I found it, and they still had them in stock because I love this. So it's kind of like, you guys know I really like the, the MAC Reflex Teal Glitter. I love that kind of color where it's like that kind of looks white, but then it like shifts teal. Love it. So this is a glitter and glow, like a shimmer in that same kind of shade. So basically I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna, oh, do you see that? Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna pop this on the inner corner. And then I like to do dabbing motions. You guys know whenever I want to blend something out, whether it's cream or shimmer or anything, I always like dab. If you want it to blend out, but you want the pigment to really stay there, dabbing is the way to go. Before I finish off the eyes, I'm gonna go back in with Party On, which was that deeper red shade. And I think I'm just gonna mix it with like the tiniest bit of the dark brown next to it. And I just want to deepen up right here, just like the tiniest bit, because I feel like it's just gonna make the bottom lower lash line mesh a little better with the top. If I have just a little more drama right here. I barely dab into those two colors because I just want this really subtle. And like I just said, when I'm trying to get a shade pigmented, but I want it to blend out, I dab it where I want it, and then I'm just going to dab around the edges to help it blend out. And this tinier brush I've been using the whole time is the Morphe M456. All right, so the eyes are done, and I love how they turned out. This is exactly what I was going for. So for my lashes, I used the Blinking Beauty lashes. And this is the style Samantha. I literally hate this packaging so much. It's just too huge. Like, why? It's so heavy and big. And if you want to store it somewhere, it does not store well. So I hate that, but the lashes are literally beautiful and perfect. And then I put on some mascara using my Maybelline Colossal that I've been using lately. And then I did my brows really quick, and I used the Morphe brow pencil in the shade Hazelnut. So that is what I have done, and now we're gonna move on to the face makeup. For the face makeup today, I am trying a new product. This is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion All Day Wear Foundation. I got this because Robbie Christie used it in a video, and I just buy everything she tells me to buy. So she said this was like one of the best foundations she's ever tried. Now she said it is like extreme dewy, but if you like to look dewy, she said this foundation is apparently to her like just so beautiful. So she convinced me. So I got this in the shade Ivory L2, which was more of a neutral because I have been shying away a little bit lately from yellow undertones because I've come to the realization I'm not as yellow as I think I am. So yeah, I'm using a more neutral, and I hope this is a good shade. Probably won't be. I'm kind of pale right now, so that's why I'm hoping this works. All right, so I'm gonna take this foundation brush and then just start blending this in. This is the first time I've used this. This is interesting. It like tugs as I'm putting on, but not in a bad way. Like you can tell it's really emollient and kind of like a very rich texture, but it is covering really well. I wasn't sure what the coverage was going to be like, but it's covering really well actually. And I think the color is pretty good. It actually looks really nice. Like I'm not going to have to work really hard to get this to blend in. It just blends really nice. The foundation definitely was more on the expensive side of drugstore foundations. I think it was either $12.99 or $13.99, something like that, which is definitely more pricey compared to other drugstore foundation. This coverage is great. I don't know why every time I get like a dewy foundation, it's always really sheer. And I always hate that dewy foundations are really sheer because I don't know, they just tend to be sheer. And then matte foundations are always the foundations that are really full coverage. But this is covered so well. Like I don't need to go in with an extra layer at all because it's covered everything. And Christy was not kidding when she said it was dewy. Oh my God, I have never worn such a dewy foundation. My skin looks good. Christy. If this looks like this in a couple hours, I will be literally shook. Like this is beautiful. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna just put a little extra concealer under my eye to kind of make sure it blends from the foundation into the like eyeshadow area. And then I'm just using a tiny little bit to highlight. This is the MAC Studio Fix concealer, which is one of my favorites. And I'm gonna use, I don't wanna mess up this foundation. I might just use my finger because I'm nervous about messing up the foundation. Oh. And the concealer is like blending in so nicely to the foundation. Do you see how like amazing? I can't. So as dewy and amazing as this is, I do still need to set a little bit because I want to make sure that like my bronzer blends really well and all that stuff. And my under eye, I definitely need to set. So I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder for my under eye area, and I'm using that on a Morphe E49, and just very lightly tapping that right there, and then just sort of blending out the excess. Now, because like I said, I want to put on bronzer and blush and everything, and I want to make sure it like blends out nicely and it doesn't like look skippy or gross. I am going to set my face with powder, but I'm going to use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish because this is more of a, like it says, like a skin finish type powder. So it's not going to look like overly powdery. And whenever I use this with like a dewy foundation, you still get like the dewiness will still shine through once the powder sits on your skin for a little while. Like the natural oils or whatever is in the foundation will pop through to give your skin like a really nice look. So this powder is like the real MVP. This powder is like the OG, amazing, beautiful powder. So I'm very, very, very lightly taking this powder and dusting it everywhere, because like I said, I'm just wanting to set this so everything blends better. But since I'm putting such a light layer, once some natural oils start popping through again, it'll look dewy again pretty quickly. For my bronzer today, I'm going to use my Kylie bronzer in the shade Toasty. Do really like this bronzer a lot. See, now in my last video, I did that really like natural look with just like a pop of red lip. And remember I was saying in there, like I felt like my makeup wasn't looking as good, or like my bronzer looked a mess, or like whatever. But see, the second I do like crazy makeup like this, where my eyes are like intense, my bronzer is blending better. I think it's like a sign that I need to not do natural makeup, and I just need to do like crazy looks, because apparently I can only do makeup when I'm doing like colorful shit. All right, so now for blush, I'm actually gonna use a color from this eyeshadow palette. I think I'm gonna use this one right here, just a really nice peachy color called Coral Dive-In. And it's kind of like a matte base with some shimmer to it. Let me swatch it here. Yeah, it's like a matte base, and it's got a little shimmer, but for the most part it looks matte. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that on this brush, favorite blush brush literally ever, Morphe M554. It's very soft. And then I'm just going to pop that on the apple of my cheek. And then I like to kind of blend my blush back towards my hairline and sort of buff it into my bronzer. I think I used a similar color to this in my last video, and I was talking about how I've been loving like these peachy, corally pop kind of blush colors. It just makes, I feel like my skin looks so healthy. So I really, really enjoy that. And of course, on my nose and chin, as I always do, to kind of get the color to be cohesive. Before I put on any highlight, I'm gonna set my face with Morphe setting spray. So for my highlight, I'm actually dipping into my kit. So I did bring my kit with me, so I actually technically have more makeup and options and things like that. However, I don't use the makeup in my kit because it's for other people, not that it matters, but I just don't. But I need to sanitize some of this stuff anyway, so I'm just gonna use it because I'm about to sanitize it anyway. So I'm gonna take my MAC Skin Finish here. I have a MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish palette in my kit. This is what I use for highlight because they're so blinding, and I have like every different, you know, shade possible in here. So I'm gonna use this one right here. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's the one that's like a peachy pink with like a gold shift, because I just feel like the peachiness is gonna look really cute with this look. And then I'm gonna use that on a Morphe M501, which is like my ride or die highlight brush. And then just because I'm extra and I want to be extra, I'm also going to take this shade here, which is called Double Gleam, which is a really light, like white champagne. And I just added that to give like an extra little pop. And then I'm going to mix them both together to highlight around my face. So for my lip, I want to do like a peachy kind of vibe. So I'm going to take the Morphe lip liner in the shade Backseat Love, which is like a peachy nude. And then over top of that, I'm going to use my favorite formula of liquid lip, which is the Sephora Cream Lip Stain, and I'm using number 32, which is, I think, their most nude color. And I'm just gonna pop that in the center. and then just like dab my lips together to kind of blend it in. Alrighty guys, so this is the final look. I love this so much. It's so fun. Wow, like I'm shook right now. This palette made such a pretty look. That Stila Glitter and Glow, like in the inner corner, really took this to another level. But I love the mix of the peach with the blues. I think it's such a pretty combo. The shadows themselves blended out really nicely. The blues are definitely not as pigmented, at least the ones I used. They're not as pigmented as the coral colors. But with that being said, I did still get a really nice look out of it. This look still looks really cohesive and blended and really nice. I highly recommend with the blue side, or at least the ones I used so far, you'd want to use like a really good base, maybe even like a colored base. I really love to use like colored eye pencils that are really soft and smudgy. Kind of like I did on the top with the smudged out liner. I like to use those whenever I'm using really bright colors, just to make sure like I know they're going to come off like extremely pigmented like I want them to. I tend to do that a lot. So I'll use like lip liner like I did today, or just a really creamy eyeliner formula first and kind of smudge out like the shapes I want to do, and then go in with the eyeshadow to really make it pop. But with that being said, this palette is really, really nice. I'm excited to dive in more to some of these warm shades, but I am also excited to maybe do like a dark smoky teal, like kind of glittery eye with some of these deeper blue shades over here. This is a really nice palette. So if you guys want to see another look at this palette, please let me know, and I can definitely do that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.